It's time for Artist Direct. Artist Direct on FM 100.5 KDEC, your local connection to the music scene. Artist Direct, brought to you by Singing Hammers Construction.
It's Artist Direct here on FM 100.5. And gosh, we're excited to have on the phone with us this morning the folks from Pennyroyal. Man, Angie and Ethan are both on the phone with us. And I have to give mad props out to Angie for figuring out the art of the conference call. Well done.
Yeah.
Well, where do you gain such knowledge?
You have to have seen the Saved by the Bell episodes, or was it like Clarissa Explains It All? They went through it all the time, and then they put them into like Foursquare, and then they'd screw up who they were talking to.
I know. This is where we accidentally get your mom on the line, right? And then I say something inappropriate. And I say, sorry, Mrs.
Yeah,
Mills.
like I actually skipped out last night. I snuck out, and then I totally get busted.
Tim, this is where TV shows really helped inform our lives. See?
So we have you guys on the phone from your respective locations in the Twin Cities, I assume, or Ethan, are you elsewhere?
No, I'm calling from Ohio.
He's
from
in
Akron,
Ohio.
Ohio.
Okay. Last time you were with us, because Ethan Rutherford has already developed his fan base in Decorah.
Yes.
He was in town not too long ago signing books at Dragonfly. But you're in Ohio now. So Pennyroyal is a band that's based in the cities, and Ashley is the vocalist we just
Angie.
heard. Angie is the vocalist we heard on the song we just played called M-List. And Ethan writes songs along with Angie and plays the guitar. And what are you doing in Ohio?
Oh man, that's a great and depressing question.
Oh no.
I moved here recently. My wife got a job, and so we moved out to Ohio. And so, the band is still going. We're going to start touring, but I think for writing, it's going to be sort of more of a postal service sort of deal.
You guys are going to start getting to do like
how that works.
You're going to do like Google Bandcamp writing, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, you saw how good Angie was with, the phone dialing. She's seen so many television shows.
Well, so let's talk about this. You guys have a new album, and it's called Baby, I'm Against It. That's coming out for release. Is it in a month or two?
Yeah, November 19th is our release date.
Very exciting. And the tracks that we're going to hear this morning, including M-List, which we just heard, really give us a pretty good preview of the album. Let's talk about M-List. What is this song about, and what does it say about you guys as a band?
Well, Ethan wrote it, so I imagine it's about calling girls and then conference calling another girl and totally screwing up. I don't know, Ethan?
Yeah, this is one of the songs. So Angie and I have been writing songs together for about 4 or 5 years, but we were both songwriters independently before that, and we both had just, and oftentimes when we sit down to think about the songs that we want to play, we both pull out old songs and say, is this one working? Is this one going to work for you, or is this one really as bad as everybody tells me it is? And this was one of the songs that I had written before I met Angie, and it was a very sort of slow, acoustic, sad, open your veins kind of dirgy song. And I just gave Angie the lyrics, and I was like, I don't think that this is going to work out. And it came back, a few weeks later, and she's like, well, how about this? And she gave it sort of the up-tempo, and something about it sort of resonated with her. And then we got Jake and Bill, who are the drum and bass on it, and that song just really came together. And it's shocking to hear the original version, which is sort of much more of like a Leonard Cohen, in your room, sad about your life.
This could be an album you do someday, Ethan. An album fully of songs in their original form, contrasted with the songs how they later ended up.
Yeah, straight to the top of the chart.
So I've got to imagine then that it sounds like in terms of how you all write with a bunch of different ways of songs sort of coming together and morphing together. I have to imagine that when you get your drummer and your bass player in, that helps amp up the songs a little bit too.
Yeah, they're both incredible in their own ways with music. Bill is very much into metal and like heavier stuff. He's a bass player.
Yeah.
He's got the long hair, and he's, it's smooth and just really grooves when we get it in there. But Jake can dial into almost anything and change his songs, just 180 degrees from like one idea to the next. And it's really cool when they start working together and doing little bits and pieces. They've really learned to pick up on our two distinct styles and then kind of bringing it all together as a group. Works out pretty good.
Pennyroyal has been an entity as a band there in the cities for how many years now?
Well, Ethan and I started as the Angie Oath band in 2005, maybe. I'm not sure if we really had a drummer or anything like that, but I had moved to California and came back, and we started up again. So that must have been around 2009. And then around 2010, we got the other guys involved. I think Ethan went into work at the deli he worked at and was like, pretty much pigeonholed these guys into like playing in the band. So they had to work with them every day, so they couldn't say no.
Ethan, how come?
Yeah.
How come out of the box it was the Angie O's band as opposed to Angie and Ethan or the Ethan Rutherford band? How come?
Now you're going to start a fight.
Yeah, no. There's got to be well.
Have you seen Angie? Can I just say
obviously
this?
you're gonna put the best looking one in the front cover of the record, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, hey, hold on a second. Yeah, listen, if you got someone, we were playing, at that point, we were playing all of Angie's songs, because they were just amazing. We weren't writing any songs together back then, and then we just started writing songs together, and I would be happy to have it called the Angie O's Band, but somewhere along the line, we decided to go with the band name and all that stuff.
That's pretty cool. Again, we're on the Artist Direct here this morning with Pennyroyal, Angie O's, and Ethan Rutherford. The new album, this is your sophomore album. How do you feel it is similar and carries on your sound and maybe different than your first album?
I think that kind of goes along with what Ethan was saying when we started. It was a lot of, my songs that, we put drums and bass and, a little bit of guitar too, but as we kept playing together, each song, everybody kind of put more heart into it. We did an EP that was it was one of my favorite things to do. We sort of did it over the course of a year, and we were like, well, we'll do an album, and then the EP just, fit so well together, and it was just, we kind of saw where we were starting to go, but still keeping some of the, eclectic parts of the music, harmonica playing, and, dual harmonica playing. And
yeah, you guys are big into harmonica. I love that.
Oh, yeah. People love it at the bar too. It's a good corral,
Seriously.
And people start taking shots, I think. Yeah, and then Ethan started singing more, and we held him to it and kicked and fought a little, but he's just his voice and the way he sings is so great, and I don't think a lot of people would have paired our voices together, but we were like, no, we're going to do this.
It's kind of a nice way when you can get that unexpected mix. And, speaking, we were talking about the Angie O band or Angie O's band and what your sound is. Could we hear, I was thinking we should play Crossing Bridges, which is off of the new album, Baby I'm Against It, and let folks hear it. Why is this a very Angie O song?
Probably because I wrote it when I was, crying with my guitar alone in my room. But it was one that it's gone through several versions. It used to be a little more rock and punk rock almost, and then I just started wanting to feel like we could get people to dance at shows or feel like they were dancing or and we could have more fun on stage. And it's got a little bit of disco, which is clearly the best kind of music to dance to. So I just went with it. I asked Jake if he'd play a disco beat, and he did it for me. So it happened on a few other songs too, but this one's a little more low key. It's pretty fun though.
I love it. Well, we're going to hear the song right now, Crossing Bridges from Pennyroyal off of the new album, Baby I'm Against It. Back with Angie O and Ethan Rutherford in just a moment.
Crossing bridges you haven't come to, it's boring without you here. Here I'm looking myself in the mirror. Stand in front of me, I'm not quite sure if you see what I see. Roll down my haven't come to.
It's Artist Direct here on FM 100.5 with the band Pennyroyal, crossing bridges off of their new album, Baby, I'm Against It, which is due out in November. We're on the phone with Angie Ost and Ethan Rutherford from the band Pennyroyal. Beautiful song, by the way. I can see how that is absolutely a showstopper.
Thank you. Yeah. Fun to play.
Speaking of shows, where are your favorite venues to play in the Twin Cities? And when we're up that way next time, where can we catch you guys playing?
And what's your least favorite? Come on, tell us the secrets.
Oh, man. Least favorite. I don't know.
I love that she goes for that one first.
And that's like even sadder than a crappy show.
It's true. It's so true. So what about favorite places?
I mean, we started as a bar band. I think that my personal favorites are the shows. There's the 331 Club up in the northeast Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Northeast Minneapolis, and it's just great, and it's really tight and really close, and you can make that place feel packed with about 50 people.
Love that.
And I feel like we play the best when there are people who are sort of up in our face, and it's hot and it's sweaty, and it's a lot of fun. But the shows that we have coming up, the release show is on November 19th at Ice House, which is a big, huge, awesome venue. And that's coming up. And then there's one, and then, Angie, when's the one in October?
There's two in October. The one is at the Driftwood Bar, and the second one is for a zombie prom. We're playing a wedding anniversary. With a zombie theme. Yeah, that's how they met, was at a Halloween party 15 years ago. So
I love
we're
that.
Going to do that.
Are you going to go full makeup?
Yeah, we met, and he told me how he had met his future wife, and it's a pretty funny story, but basically he carried the keg up the stairs, and she was a tall German girl, and she was the only one he saw above the crowd, and he was the only one with beer, so they met. But yeah, we're gonna do the whole zombie theme, and it's open to the public, so we're gonna do that. The 23rd of this month, we're at 7th Street Entry, which is one of our. Yeah, it's just like a place that you play and you get everything that you want, sound-wise and location, and just like the whole. They always make it a really nice event. I mean, it's connected to First Avenue, so
yeah,
it's the hot spot for music there.
And where can we find, I'm sure you list your shows and your upcoming schedule on your website, where can we find Pennyroyal music and Pennyroyal information on the interwebs?
Well, we're all over, Facebook, Twitters. Our website is lovepennyroyal.us. Soon to be updated with new album photos and some awesome press shots of the band, which Ethan can attest for.
Yeah, I grew a mustache specifically for the photos.
No, you did not. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be good.
And why did you do that?
Why not is the question.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? You got to compete with the Mohawk somehow. I mean, in all honesty, it was a huge mistake. And I forgot that it was band photo day, and I did it on a lark, and now it's in there permanently.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Has Angie sported the Mohawk for a long time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I have so many pictures of Angie's haircuts over the years.
Yeah.
And one of these days we'll put up a slideshow of sort of amazing Angie haircuts.
Would you please?
The Mohawk has been around for a while. The blonde Mohawk has been around for a while in one form or another. And at this point, it's pretty we won't let her cut it because we love it so much.
I'm gonna perm it. That's the next one in line.
Yes.
So
if it'll handle it, I'll perm it.
So Angie, he's accumulated all these pictures over the years, and I'm sure he's banked away all these stories and memories of working with you and playing with you over the years. And you knew when you hooked up with Ethan Rutherford, you were hooking up with an author, I assume, a very talented author who can tell true stories, but could also embellish stories a little bit too. And
are you at all worried?
Yeah, there may be some time in 25 years when this comes back to you.
No, I mean, that's how we met was a friend of a friend at college had his burned CD that he insists he only gave to his mom, and I got a hold of it, and there's one song on there I've never quit playing. If I play solo shows, I'll play it. People request it all the time, like old fans, people from college. And basically that's how we met. And I mean, I was just like, how can this guy not be, like this amazing musician? And the next thing I found out, he was at U of M grad school, like, writing, whatever. And it was just, I mean, I knew what I was getting into, and I knew it was a really good thing.
So you're not worried about the tell-all book?
Keeping him around, yeah. He tours more than the band, so.
Ethan, you busy guy.
But I'm in there writing down everything embarrassing she says. She'll end up in a novel one of these days.
Perfect. We want to read it. It's going to be like the tell-all book, like, getting the down and dirty stories from the early days. This will be fun. Well, you guys, Pennyroyal is again online. You can find him easy pretty much anywhere. Just do a Google search and you'll come up with 1,000,004 things. On top of that, we want to make sure that folks again know about the new album. It's called Baby I'm Against It, coming out in November. Lots of tour dates coming up, especially in the cities. So make sure you go online and find out where they are so that you can go and be there. But we want to hear one more song before we go because Ethan, we did kind of a very Angie O song, so I thought maybe it would be a good way to end by doing a very Ethan song. What can you tell me about the song Dallas?
Well, the meaning is a little bit obscure, but the difference in styles that I would say that sort of Angie and I have, that my songs tend to tell sort of stories and they're narrative-based, which I guess makes sense considering that's how I'm not making money in my other life as well as a writer.
Yes.
And Angie's songs tend to be sort of like deeply, deeply personal. So I sort of push the song outside of myself, and she writes from really sort of deep in there. And then we cross over every once in a while. This is a song that I wrote that was sort of a story, and Angie didn't change the lyrics, but she made it pretty. Everything that sort of sounds really nice about this song is all from Angie. And so that's how we collaborated on this one. But it's much more of a story about characters and a certain point in their life.
Perfect. Well, you guys, we wish you the best. It's really exciting to hear some fresh, new, really distinctly interesting music, and it's fun that it's coming out of two people that obviously respect each other very much. That's very cool. So, Angie Ose and Ethan Rutherford, first of all, thank you for your time this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
On.
Yeah, and definitely, we wish you all the best. If you're looking for a venue that can hold about 50 to 100 people and look packed, and you want to do it, come to Decorah. We're going to hook you up.
Oh,
definitely.
I was down there earlier this summer, and Decorah is like my new favorite city.
Well,
I mean, I don't want to be in Ohio. I'd much rather be in Decorah.
It's a cool, cool town, and you are welcome with open arms, mustaches, and mohawks, all welcome. All right, we're going to hear this song. It's Dallas from the band Pennyroyal, artist direct here on FM 100.5, brought to you as always by the folks at Singing Hammers Construction.
I was already in Dallas when you called. I was already in trouble with the same old story, and I don't know anyone like that. You gave your word and then you had to crawl back. You were not one of us at all. You had your nice car and you drove met your sister in the spring. She has your looks and now she moves the same way. We're all so proud of what you've done. You cut us loose and told us, try to have fun, try to have fun.
Thanks for listening to Artist Direct on FM 100.5 KDEC, your local connection to the music scene. Tune in next Friday for another Artist Direct, brought to you by Singing Hammers Construction.